Hey, what's up, you guys? It is episode number 41 of the Chaz Way podcast, and this one is titled Seasons. And I am actually, if you're watching on YouTube, you'll see I'm wearing the same hat and the same shirt and the same background and the same puffy eyes from my allergies. And that's because I'm actually knocking out like 3 podcasts today because I have slacked again. But I'm going to bring them to you because I made a promise to myself and a promise to you. And so this one, again, titled Seasons. This is going to be short and sweet. This is kind of a recap of so many things. In fact, if you listen back early on in the podcast, this is probably a broken record. We've talked about these things over and over. I also go live and talk about this stuff all the time because it's something that's near and dear to my heart. And that is the different seasons, the peaks and the valleys, the ups and the downs, the ebbs and flows, the parts of your life that are good and that are bad, and embracing the things, embracing the bad, and then loving and full of gratitude and championing the highs as well as the lows. And so my name is Chaz Foster. This is the Chaz Way podcast, again, episode number 41. I'm thankful and grateful for you. This will be a short and sweet one. I want to ask you to make sure you share, like, comment, love, subscribe. Do everything you can to help spread this. If this brings you any value, please make sure you tell everybody that you know. My goal is just for people to know that they're worthy and know that I'm here for you, and also to know that you can take your ordinary, average life to become ordinary and far above average. It's just a matter of 2 things. One is the commitment. Second is the action step. You can do those things. I want to also tell you that I made this like wish list just a few weeks ago, about 2 weeks ago, of the guests that I would like on the podcast. I'm kind of going to turn things into a different direction. Not totally, don't panic, but just continue to bring value in a different manner. Sometimes maybe a little bit more business, a little bit more pleasure, a little bit of everything. But I've got some really, really awesome friends and guests that I kind of built this wish list, like a Christmas wish list of who would I love to have on the podcast. And I've already gotten some confirmation from 2 or 3 of them. So I'm very excited about that. We'll have professional, famous movie people. We'll have some motocross guys. We'll have some very successful entrepreneurs. We'll have some people that are traveling the world, sharing their love for Jesus and fitness and strength. And we'll have some people that are just fun, old, regular dudes that are doing the same thing I'm doing. And so just be looking forward to some fun guests coming up. So anyways, we'll jump right in. Again, this will be short and sweet. Episode 41, Seasons. There's a season that's designed for every single piece of your life. Now, as you guys know, I say it every week, this message is one that speaks to me very clearly, very present, and very much in this moment. So present, right? Same thing. Okay. And so, I look at the season I'm in right now, and there's the joy and happiness that I have, and the pieces of the puzzle that are coming together. And I think just such a short time ago, just almost 2 years ago, in the middle of a breakup, 16 months ago, barely could afford anything at the Dollar Tree. 1 year ago, 16 months ago, renting, borrowing a bedroom for Braxton and I to share at a friend's house, traveling all over, gained relationships, lost relationships, gained friendships, lost friendships, hurt people, been hurt by other people, moved companies, done some things. And I would just say that every one of those pieces, or seasons, if you will, have prepared me for who I am and where I am today. And I'm also going to tell you, full disclaimer, I'm aware that as I speak this to you today, there will be bad days ahead. That's given. That's just, it is ups and downs. It is a roller coaster. It is peaks and valleys. I'm aware of that. I thank God that I do pretty well in the valleys because I'm so connected to knowing that God has a plan. And I've done pretty well in my past experience, and I intend to always be that way. So I'm aware that it won't always be roses and butterflies. Right now I'm living in a beautiful home on 10 acres. I have, money coming in. I'm got three or four different avenues of income coming my way, or at least potentially very soon coming my way. And I don't mean that like that's not empty dreams. That's just structuring what I want to do for the upcoming future. And so I have the woman of my dreams, literally the great and most incredible woman I could ever imagine. I have the best son that I could have ever asked for. I have a wonderful relationship with both of them. I have a relationship with Jesus. We've been back in the church. I'm reconnected with old friends. I'm back in Moore, Oklahoma, which is the city that I love so dearly. And life is good, right? And there will be rough patches. I could get sick tomorrow. I could go through a loss tomorrow. But I can also be healthy tomorrow, and I can also lose more weight tomorrow, and I can also build a stronger relationship with my mom and my family, and my mom could be healthier tomorrow, and you know what I mean? So like, there's goods and bads, and I'm clear on that. So But what I want to talk about is kind of making light of this a little bit. Like, if you look at where you are today, and maybe you hear this and it jades you a little bit, like you're just like, "Oh, this sucks that he's in such a good place because I remember this, or I remember when I was happy, but now I'm unhappy, I'm miserable." Well, that's fine, but like this girl yesterday, I was at dinner with some people, and I asked her, I'm like, "What do you do for fun?" And she's like, I don't do anything for fun. I don't have time." I'm like, "Well, that's a choice. You realize that, like, you choose to not have fun, you choose to not be happy, like that. I don't care if you're 14 or 40 or 80, you have a choice. Like, I have a choice for my life to be miserable every day or not be miserable. And although there are things that happen that bring me misery or that bring me sadness or whatever, but I do have the choice to make the greatest of those things, and I do. And so I wonder if you could look at, let's say you're in like a great place today as you hear this podcast, right? And so I wonder if you looked back 2 years, 10 years, 20, 15 years ago, high school, last week, right? And you're like, "Oh my gosh, I was so miserable. I thought my life was a train wreck. I had nothing going for myself. I was so depressed. And here I am. I've lost 20 pounds. I'm smiling. My skin's clear. I'm making great money. I've built a great relationship. I'm closer to my family than I've ever been before." Whatever those things are. And you could almost laugh, right? You could almost find comedy in like, but where I was then and I thought I'd never get out, or I couldn't see beyond this, or I just had no idea things could or would ever be better, greater, happier. But they are, and that's because God's big, and your potential is big. And as long as you keep what I say, like a neutral mindset, blinders on, focused on forward, right? Not looking to your left or to your right, but forward, keeping it neutral, not overreacting or underreacting, but just moving forward. Then great things will continue to happen, and you'll be able to have moments where we could maybe right now, you and I both may currently be in a place where we can chuckle that off and laugh about it. About where we were then, right? And again, keeping in mind and protecting our energy and our hearts and our intelligence to realize that there will be other seasons that we'll have some downers, but we can think back and look at the positives and realize we made it through some good times and through some bad times. We'll always make it, and how we choose to battle and make our way through is up to us. And so I just wanted to bring that to your attention today because, again, I mean, my road's been kind of crazy the last couple of years, and some of it's embarrassing, some of it's painful, others are amazing, and honestly, I'm so thankful, always full of gratitude. I'm so thankful, though, that the journey's been rocky the last couple of years because, I appreciate where I am today more. Is somebody here? Because I swear I just heard a door. So I'm happier. Like, I'm glad I live in gratitude because I can appreciate where I am today and where I've been. Also get a little bit of a kick out of it. And then also knowing that, like, there's just greater, bigger, more awesome things ahead. And so, I just lost my train of thought a little bit because I swear I heard a door and nobody should be here. So anyways, forgive me for that. But, yeah. And then embrace it, stay present in the season that you're in. And sometimes you're going to look back and you're going to laugh at where you've been. And, there's going to be other seasons where you're proud of where you've been. And then there's areas of shame. But it is a journey. I do want you to embrace it and stay present in the season that you're in currently. And then let me say this: I got sidetracked when I thought I heard a door. But let me say also, from the bottom of my heart, there are going to be things that you're embarrassed or ashamed of, whether it's being promiscuous, whether it's gambling, whether it's breaking somebody's heart, whether it's you've lied, whether you've hurt people's feelings, whether you've let somebody down. Odds are you have done some of those things, and odds are you will do some again. And I really want to say, again, truly from the bottom of my heart, would you just do yourself a favor and give yourself a little bit of grace? Just give yourself a little air hug and just thank Jesus for his grace and his forgiveness, and then give some of that to yourself as well. Because I'm going to tell you, you can't go on carrying the burden of the things that you've done. The reality is, we've been let down. We've been hurt by others. So why are we putting so much weight on ourselves when we know that we've hurt other people? It does happen. I'm not giving you a free pass or a green light, or myself. I'm just saying I've carried the weight for so long, so many times, so many years of the mistakes I've made or the decisions I've done or the way things have panned out, knowing that I've let some people down, and I have to be strong, and I have to realize that It's okay. It's okay. Every single person on this earth has let people down. So why am I carrying the pressure on my shoulders like I'm the only one that's ever hurt somebody's feelings, or I'm the only one that's disappointed somebody? Because I'm not, and neither are you. And so I just want you to embrace that and love yourself and give yourself more grace. And just know, again, as I always say, you're worthy of great things. You're created with purpose, on purpose. Your future is bright. This is episode number 41, titled Seasons. And I hope that it brings you just a little bit of value, or maybe a lot. And I just want to remind you to embrace the ups and downs, to be present in each season of your life, so that you can appreciate the next up and you can appreciate the next down, because they're both going to be there. It's inevitable. Find your inner circle, find your support group. If you don't have it, I'm here for you. If you do have it, again, be grateful, open and communicating. And thirdly, if you just happen to be in a place where you do feel alone, and this stranger says, like me, says, oh, like, I'm here for you, and that's weird to you, that's okay too. I don't expect you to just jump out and ask for that, but I just know that the door's open for you. But as importantly, just know that you can and you will make it through things, whether you feel alone or not. Here's the other thing as I close this. You're never alone. God's never going to leave you or forsake you. He's right by your side, even in the midst of darkness and sadness and fear. He's right there. And so the reality is, we're not alone. We paint that picture sometimes. Very guilty of saying, but I've done it so alone. I haven't had anybody around. Well, no, God's been right there by me. So hope you're great. Hope your week's awesome. I hope that you find some value in this. Share it, spread it, love it, smash the like, follow, subscribe button, take a screenshot, comment it, post it, tag it, let all your friends know. And I hope you have a great day, a great week. God's good, you're good, and I'll see you later.